Hey, sim racing fans, today we are going to be comparing the Logitech G29 to the brand new Logitech G923. This is a fantastic time. So as of right now, these are Canadian prices. You can get the Logitech G923 for $499. And from Best Buy Canada, you can get the Logitech G29 for $350. So right there is a huge price increase to this brand new steering wheel. Now, as of 2020, before the launch of all these new games being Project Cars 3, all of the new Dirt series, WGC, as well as the much anticipated Gran Turismo 7, which is probably going to be out by the end of the year. As of right now, there's a few features that are new on the Logitech 923. The biggest difference, the biggest two things are Trueforce and dual clutch. So dual clutch, we'll start with that one. What does that mean? Well, in certain games, you are able to map the wheel, and this is going to be most likely, or for most cases, going to be for computer games, but will still have a use in some games when it comes to PlayStations as well as Xboxes, because this wheel is good for both. Now, when it comes to the dual clutch, basically it allows you to start the race a lot faster. It's almost like that launch control when it comes to cars. When it comes to my Mustang, when it comes to Lamborghinis, it's got launch control. Now, Trueforce. Trueforce is basically the next generation of force feedback. It's got more inputs, I should say. It's basically, with the G29, you're going to be able to feel the steering wheel want to twist back the other way like a real steering wheel. It's going to be able to go back to center like a real steering wheel like the G29. But what does Trueforce really do? Trueforce is going to allow you to be able to see, or I should say feel, the road much better. It's going to be able to feel you're going to be able to feel like if the steering wheel is shaking because the car is shaking, so you're going to be able to feel the car through the steering wheel, which I'm going to say right now would be really cool to have, especially with VR, because then you'd be able to see and your mind will be telling your body that the car is shaking, and then when it comes to the steering wheel shaking, it's just going to be a more immersive kind of race or kind of experience. So I can see the want or desire to upgrade. However, for $150, those are the two major differences that you're going to be seeing. Now, when it comes down to the pedals are going to be adjustable, so you can do more more heel-toe action, or at least better action that way. So it's going to be a little bit easier, because I can tell you right now, heel-toe is very hard on the G29, at least in my experience. Now, I'm not one of those crazy racers who wear shoes when I'm racing, because my feet are massive, and I press 3 pedals at once just so I can brake. That doesn't work for me. It may work for you, but it does not work for me. Now, Trueforce is currently only on the new Grid, Assetto Corsa Competizione, and Gran Turismo Sport. So I can tell you right now, Trueforce is going to be also working on Gran Turismo 7 when it comes out, because if it's working on Sport, it's going to be working on 7. Now, basically, from there's going to be motors and gears that drive the wheel. That's very similar to the G29. However, there's different inputs, which allows for that true force. Basically, it's able to match the outputs from the game physics, and then being able to translate that into your hands. Now, because of that dual clutch, you're going to be able to get more traction off the beginning of the race, which could give you a couple of milliseconds advancement over other players or racers in that match. So you will be able to be getting a quicker launch versus other people who may not be running the new G923. Now my question to you is, what do you want to get yourself? The Logitech 923 for $500 Canadian. I don't know how much they're spending or how much they're going to be costing in the States yet. Or would you buy a $350 wheel from Best Buy Canada, which would be the Logitech G29? Personally, I have the Logitech G29. You can purchase it down in the description below, and that's what I'm using in this video. But is it worth $150 more to get the newer wheel? That's a big question, especially when it starts coming out to Gran Turismo 7. And will the Logitech G29 work with Gran Turismo 7? Will it work with PlayStation 5? Sony's come out and said that they're opening it up so that the older PlayStation 4 wheels will work with PlayStation 5, and I really don't see why they wouldn't. When it comes to the physical feel and look of the wheels, the Logitech G29 versus the 923, they look exactly the same. The only major difference is the logos. That's seriously the only difference, other than the auto steering wheel shifters. They're going from silver to black. But other than that, literally the same steering wheel. So to me, I would be leaning right now towards the Logitech G29, but personally, I wouldn't purchase either or until we officially hear word that the Logitech G29 is going to work 100% with PlayStation 5 and Gran Turismo 7, if you're going to be playing that game. But also, I would still be probably getting, if you don't already have a wheel, I would be seriously looking and keeping track of the price of the Logitech G29, because with the 923, the 29 is not going to be probably made anymore. And if that's the case, Best Buy and other companies are going to be putting it down to clearance, which means that there's going to be probably a pretty good price decrease. I'm going to tell you right now, I used to work for Best Buy, and I didn't spend full price on my wheel. I almost got it at half price because it was staff discount. So basically, you could probably purchase this wheel in a couple of months, if not already, for about $230 to $250 Canadian, which in the States is probably $1, because our Canadian dollar is never that great. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys again next time.